pay respects to all the Buddhas of the past, Buddhas of the future and the present Buddhas. In continuation to our earlier session, the Shila, Samadhi and Panya. Shila is the moral code, Samadhi is the concentration, Panya is the wisdom. How to get into ourself? Buddha, a great mystic, he understood the basic things about the I. Is there an I? And to go into that I, to go into that body and that mind, go into that zones of conscious and unconscious minds, he has started this Anapana Sati. Ana, Apana. Ana is inhale, Apana is exhale. Inspiration and expiration. Continuously, whether you are conscious or unconscious, we are breathing. So, to go into our unconscious zones, only breath can take us. Earlier also we were discussing prana bandhanam hi manaha. Prana will take you towards the mind. That is why the Panchakoshas, Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya Koshas, the Pranamaya Kosha is in between Annamaya and Manomaya. The Prana is the vehicle for your mind to go within. Now, what we are understanding as me is very, very raw, very, very gross. What we call as my body is a very, very gross thing what we know about our own self. We know the external organs, the external body parts only. So many internal parts we do not know how our heart, how our brain, how our lungs, how our liver, how our pancreas, spleen, kidneys, gallbladder, how these are operating, we do not know. And much more subtle is the biochemical and electromagnetic reactions that are taking place within us. What we call as body is much, much deeper. If you intellectually know that about the body or the biochemical reactions or electromagnetic process also, it is not going to be much useful to become a mystic. If you are even a scientist, you will not be able to understand the consciousness yourself. So, to go within, how to increase that awareness, the whole of spirituality is nothing but awareness, equanimity and bliss. How to increase that awareness? We are not even aware of the gross things that are externally apparent. Even though in Upanishads it is said, Jagriti, Swapna, Shushupti and Turiya, conscious, unconscious, subconscious and superconscious. The so called conscious is not fully conscious. Jagriti, which we call conscious, is our mind a 4-stage separation? No. The separations are created by our own faulty living. If you are purely conscious, the highest conscious, the godliness, pure awareness, 100% awareness, purely mindful, then there need not be any divisions in our mind at all. When the divisions are no longer there, then you will become the mind, the pure mind of the God himself. The no mind, the pure mind are the mindfulness of the creator or the creation or the creativity will take place. That is possible only after we exhaust all the chitta vrittis, the karmas, the vasanas which we were keeping it to ourself. Knowing thyself shall not happen as long as we do not remove the impurities. And the meditation is a great operation that takes place in our mind. There is no suffering and no misery. Your soul, when it is pure, when the mind fullness happens, you are with the pure Chetana. The pure consciousness is the state of the Ananda or the bliss. Only at the lower levels you have pleasure, displeasure, happiness, unhappiness, joy, sorrow at the lower levels. When you cleanse your mind totally, the mind becomes absolutely pure, awareful in all the states. There is no present and the future. Mind is actually present only in the past and the future. In the present, there is only your heart, your soul. The being itself is there. All the phenomena of yesterday's, regrets, imaginations, sorrows, all because of the mind space. The time and space continuum. The past belongs to past time and past space. Future belongs to future time and future space. In the present, it is timeless and spaceless. You are in the zone of 0 and infinity. You are in the zone of spontaneity. You are in the zone of creativity. You are in the zone of godliness. You are in the zone of the Creator himself. And this is the state of what people used to call as the child, the innocence. That is why Jesus was always referring to, thou shalt not enter the kingdom of heaven without thyself becoming innocent, the pure. As long as you do not burn away, as long as you do not remove that, you cannot be anything. Bhagwan, God means to burn away. Rago, bhaggo dvesho, bhaggo rago, bhaggo doso, bhaggo moho, bhaggo iti. you will be the Bhagavan. That is the state of the greatest of the mystics have reached, whether it is Krishna, Shiva, Buddha, Ramana or any mystic in the whole of the world, Jesus, anybody. See, Jesus, when he was being crucified, he said, see the height of no raga and no dvesha. When the nails are being poked into his arms and feet, he was saying, these people know not what they are doing, please pardon them, my Father in the heaven. No raga and no dvesha, this is what Mahavira had reached. This is what all the greatest mystics have reached only through meditation. Mahavira did meditation only, Shiva did meditation, Krishna did meditation, Buddha did meditation, Jesus did meditation, Muhammad did meditation. What they were doing on Mount Sinai for 40 days, they were only meditating. We have forgotten what they were doing. We know that they are high, we started only worshipping them, thought them very great. Yeah, they are great, they are the greatest of the symbols to be motivated. We should be motivated with Krishna, Shiva, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Lao Tzu, Al-Hillas Mansur. So many mystics are there, Taoism, all. Everybody spoke the same thing, but instead of doing what they said, we started confusing ourselves. So, how to increase our awareness? Buddha, he caught hold of the breath. This is what the pranayama, it is not pranayama. Once the pranayama, you become mental nadi shodhana also is not there. Kevala kumbhaka. Absolutely how the in breath and how the out breath are, you ride on the breath along with the breath. In breath and out breath. Slowly your breath will become subtle, and then you can understand what is happening in your unconscious mind, the subconscious mind also. Go within. Then slowly you will be able to understand how the thoughts are springing up, from which zone they are coming. You are insulated. You are isolated from even your own body, your mind, your breath, your thoughts, your sensations, and you know you are in that state of bliss. It is not the tundra, it is not the lower states of the mind, the highest state of samadhi. So, what will happen at that particular state? Then you will understand your body, which we consider it as very, very permanent. We are so much attached with the pleasant sensations, we are so much attached with the unpleasant sensations. All our reactions to the outer world are not to the outer, it is to the inner only. Whenever we were reacting to the sensations within. We are absolutely influenced by the process that is taking place within. Every change in the emotion is changing the breath. Every change in the emotion is changing the sensation. If you observe the breath, if you observe the sensation, if you observe the thought, you will know what is going to take place. You are able to handle the bubble before it explodes in the topmost layer. Before you are angry, before you are jealous, before you are passionate, you are able to handle and know what is that emotion that is coming within. You will be so cool, equanimous. Earlier, when you were not meditating, you are so much influenced by, let us say, something of the past, all the past samskaras, they were hidden inside your mind compartment. They were hidden. See, when we die, our brain is buried here, but we take our mind up. The hardware and software, the hardware is buried, the brain is buried here, but we carry the mind along with us. And the only organ that comes along with us when we die is our mind. Our next birth is going to be influenced and controlled by the mind that we take from here. One slightest impurity in the mind, so all our religiousness, all our spirituality is nothing to but cleaning our mind. Meditation is nothing but cleaning our mind, that is all. And Shiva, Krishna, Buddha, all have told these techniques only how to clean the mind. Now you have gone to the mind, when the mind becomes so subtle, you are able to know what is happening within. Now the next, the intention behind the act is much more important. Normally we think that when we do some act is very, it should be holy, we want to show to the world that it is good, but mind is unclean, then it is much more bad. See, the intention in any activity is very, very important. When you are, let us say you are a doctor, with all love and compassion you are conducting an operation, with all love you want to save the patient, but in your effort to save the patient, but unfortunately that patient died. You felt very sorry, and everything is to the credit when the operation is successful or failure, it is the gods. Many times we feel that operation is successful, it is my greatness, when it is failure, it is God. It is not like that. So, you left that knife on your table, and that table is, let us say, it is near one of the windows, and one thief, robber has taken this knife and he killed one, waylaid one, this robber has waylaid one person who is going on the path. He killed him to take his loot, he has taken all the money from him. There also the person got killed, here also the person got killed. The punishment is not same. The future, the samskaras you have is not the same. It is not the same. What is the intention? There is craving in that robber, there is aversion in that robber, there is ignorance in the robber. In any activity, there should be awareness, there should be equanimity. Any method of concentration, these three are necessary. You can choose any method, no issue, but there should not be ignorance, there should not be craving, there should not be aversion in the tool you select for concentration. Irrespective of the method of meditation, always we should be mindful which type of acts we are doing. There are some acts are you are writing on, let us say, on water, that act will go immediately. Some acts are you are writing on the sand, it will stay up to the evening. Some acts are like rock, on the rock you are writing and it is going to stay long. Similarly, your own acts, you should be very, very mindful. Only when you are equanimous, when you become meditative, you will be able to know what type of act I am committing. This is very, very important, and as you meditate deeper and deeper, your perfection will happen naturally. And unless we meditate, and meditation in the future days, it is a 24-hour meditation. Should we close our eyes? No. We will be so wakeful, talking meditation, listening meditation, walking meditation, eating meditation, every gardening meditation, drinking tea meditation, everything is meditation. 24/7 you should be in cooking meditation, sweeping meditation. So, slowly when we increase our meditation process, which we learn in the future, if you are meditating, you have fulfilled the purpose of this life. Our life is bliss, and unless you meditate, that will not happen. Life is not suffering and misery. And we will travel together in the coming classes. Thank you very much, and God bless you.